So if business is hard, should you still do it? 110,000% yes. Because you know why? We came here for a challenge. We came here to play the game. We came here to learn. We came here to grow. We came here to bring love into all the areas that aren't love. What's up, legend? Welcome to another episode of The Rich Mystic Man. I am your host, Mr. Clint X Morgan. Mr. I don't think I've ever said that before. That's wild. It's funny, some of the things that just blurt out of your mouth. I was down with the kids yesterday. We went down to we have a house in Wollongbar. There's this oval down the back, and went down there with the kids. We often have dinner and then just go down for a walk, take the dog down, have a play around. And there was there's a cricket club down there, and they were playing a game of cricket. It was just sort of young kids, maybe, I don't know, 15, 16, sort of, that was playing cricket. And we're there, and I was like, all right, kids, let's go. And they're like, no, we want to watch. I was like, oh, and I noticed that all three of my kids were just glued to this cricket match. And so we just were sitting there watching the cricket. And one of the batsmen, he swung, he hit the ball, right, and it was quite a good hit. And they went for a run, and then he was going to go again. He was like, no, hold. And I was like, there's plenty of space, and just came out of my mouth. I just yelled out, pussy. And as I said it, I was like, oh shit, I'm just some random dude. These are just sort of young kids. And here I am heckling these kids playing cricket. I sort of just look around. I was just sort of, and Benny's like, what? My son, he's like, why'd you say pussy? And I was like, don't worry, buddy. I'll explain later. And I was like, I didn't really mean to say it. It was more like a thought, you might have, but you don't say it out loud. But I was like, well, that's really bizarre. It just sort of came out uncontrollably. So maybe it's some early sign of Tourette's. Who knows? So anyway, so forgive me. Sometimes I say some things that are potentially inappropriate. It's not me. It's God speaking through me. Thanks, God. So business is easy. Today, I want to call bullshit on that one. Business is fucking hard. It's excruciatingly painful. It's one of the most challenging things I've ever done. It's up there. It's up there with childbirth. It's up there with raising children. That's challenging. It's rewarding. Don't get me wrong. Relationships, challenging. Rewarding extremely. Yourself, life, that's hard. That's challenging, confronting. So I often hear people saying, oh, business is easy, or even what we do in our online business, people throwing around this business is easy thing. I'm like, man, how we do it is easier and simpler. The process is easier than most business. I'll give it that. What we do, in my opinion, is easier than most business. It is. However, it's still fucking hard. So I wanted to speak into that today. I was sharing on a training I did yesterday. We had a momentum. Shared the online stage with my mentor, Balaj W. Cardos, and Eric Worre, author, GoPro, the network marketing guru, legend. It's really shifted the industry a lot and been a real mentor to many in the space. And he was on our platform sharing on this training that we do a couple times a year called Momentum, to help our community get into momentum. And I was reflecting because I just celebrated my 9 years with Enagic, my online business. 9 years. And I was sharing about the results that we've created in those 9 years, my wife and I, and our community. And, when I first started, I remember wanting to, my first goal was to move out of my mum's house. I was living with my mum, love your mum. And, but I was 30 years old, and I was like, I just also met my now wife, but at the time she was just a girl. But I was like, it's not a vibe that I'm at home with my mum. I was like, I want to move out. I want to get my own place. I really want my own house, my own apartment. So my first goal when I started my business was to get enough money to pay the bond. Now, 8th year, so I'm just in the 9 years. So it's been 9 years. So it was 9 years ago. $3 million in sales volume. $3 million in sales volume in a month. So it's 30 million plus in a year in sales volume. And our company pays out 70% in commissions. So our community has received over $20 million in a year. And a small portion of that came into my bank account, supported me to live my life, and supported many other people in our community to live theirs. Some full-time income, some life-changing income, some just a little bit of extra money to support them in their life. So I was reflecting back on that. My wife and I, financially free. So a lot can happen in 9 years. But the reality of financial freedom, only a small percentage of people in the world are financially free. Most people aren't. So if business and money were easy, then that percentage would be much, much higher. So the reality is, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. You got to be willing to show up in a way that's authentic to you, exhibit courage. And the definition of courage, which my mentor Jason Reynolds shared with me, what courage isn't. A lot of people think a courageous act is like, someone, goes and grabs a kid and saves a kid from getting hit by a car. It's like, that's not courage. That's just human nature. That's what anyone would do. Courage is the ability to act and show up and build a vision that only you can see. That's courage. And prosperity follows that courage. Abundance follows that courage. I'll add in there that I dare say that potentially not always prosperity and money follows that vision, because your vision the vision that you may have may not include like commerce, may not be business related. For example, you might be like, I'm going to climb Mount Everest. That's a vision that I can see for myself. And maybe there's no financial reward in climbing Everest. Potentially there is. I'm not so much aware. I think you actually got to pay to go up there. So, maybe that vision is not a financial reward. However, that's related in terms of, business, in terms of a life you want to create, in terms of financial abundance that you want to receive. So having the courage to show up in that direction. So if business is hard, should you still do it? 110,000% yes. Because you know why? We came here for a challenge. We came here to play the game. We came here to learn. We came here to grow. We came here to bring love into all the areas that aren't love. And for me personally, there's been no greater teacher, reflector, mirror for me than that of business. Yeah, of course, my children, I mentioned that, my family, my siblings, my mother, my father, myself, my wife, my dog, and my business. It's been massive. The great thing is that it's about the person that you need to become, the person you get to step into. And so business, I'd say the hardest thing realistically, because at the end of the day, it's like marketing and sales, product delivery. It's pretty simple. Business is quite simple. It's not that complex. It's quite simple. What's complex is you. What's complex is you and your life, your complexities, your limiting beliefs. I said that the business that we're in is simpler and easier the way we do it. We do it online. It's a network marketing opportunity, which is powerful because, the company takes care of a lot of the heartache, the shipping, the processing, the packaging, the warranty, the product delivery, the making of the product. They take care of all that, right? You just get paid for selling the machines and get paid on your team for selling machines. So it becomes simpler. However, that industry has so much stigma around it. Sometimes just telling someone that you're doing that, they outcast you. You're the devil. How dare you do something like that? All of a sudden they think you're a scammer. It's just ignorance. They don't understand the model. They don't understand the business. So it's not their fault. And I've even probably had those thoughts myself back in the day when I didn't understand what it was. I didn't understand what network marketing was. I didn't understand money. I used to think money was rich people. There was something wrong with that. People were ashamed that we're rich. That's some of the beliefs that I had growing up. So, stepping into business and if you're building a network marketing business, you got to face off with that. You got to face off with that belief system within yourself, and life is just reflecting that back to you through the conversations you have, the content you're putting out, and the people that are showing up that are expressing that to you. It's there for you like a mirror in your face going, fuck, I actually don't believe in myself. I don't believe in this industry fully yet. And so these things that people are saying are deeply affecting me. They're cutting me deep, but it's an opportunity for you to feel and an opportunity for you to heal. And so I used to get this a lot back in the day, and it often derailed me. I remember there was a mentor of mine, and he said some pretty nasty things to me about just my approach of business and the business that I was doing. And it romped me. I wanted to quit. I nearly did. I didn't do anything for a couple of months. It just really derailed me. That gentleman ended up joining my business probably about 12 months later, which I thought was quite funny. You have to face off with all that sort of stuff. That's the hard part. Me, having the confidence to show up within my own skin as myself, authentically, without the facade, without the bullshit, without having to sugarcoat stuff, without inflating stuff, just me. Honest, real, down to earth, authentic me. How can I show up as that person? Because that's when you can radiate that, when you can be that, it's attractive. It radiates. People feel it. People sense it. They want to be around you. They want to be part of what you're doing. Take a breath. And again. And again. They want to be part of what you're doing. So is it hard? Yes. Is it worth it? Absolutely. And there's this saying that I heard that I believe it was Christ that said it. Jesus, brother Yeshua. The quote from him was this, I'm just paraphrasing here from what I remember. It's there's a journey into the kingdom and then another journey once you're in the kingdom. And so the same thing happens in business. So there's a journey to financial success. Let's say 7 figures or even 6 figures, whatever feels like a stretch. I'd say it's probably more like 7 figures. I feel like six figures these days, it's pretty easy. Here I am selling a podcast saying business is hard, and I'm like, 6 figures is easy. Yeah. Oh man, life, it's full of paradoxes. It's easier than 7 figures. Let's say that. So let's say 7 figures. Because I feel like 7 figures is, it's a journey getting there. Like I said, how many people do you know that are 7-figure owners? Plus, some people would say none. There's people that you might know of, or know through social media, or I've read a book or seen on TV or something like that. How many people do you know personally that are 7-figure owners? Plus, 8-figure, not above and beyond. There wouldn't be that many because there's not that many around. There is a fair bit, but there's not that many. So a lot of people don't know any. And if you did know some, chances are you'd probably be called forward to play a bigger game and make more money. Because who you surround yourself has a direct correlation to the results that you create, who you surround yourself with. And so there's a journey into the kingdom. There's that one journey to 7 figures. But once you create that, then I dare say that things do get easier. Because once you've done it once, you're like, okay, I could do that again. I could even do that in a different business because I've cracked the code. And once you crack the code and once you're there, you also have more resources. You have more money at your disposal. So when you're just trying to figure it out and you're trying to get that to that first 6 figures or 7 figures, it's like you don't have the capital behind you to then, hire the best marketing team or, throw a lot of money towards, social media advertising, or to hire someone that can support you around your house to, take care of the cooking or the cleaning or the looking after the kids at certain times. So at the start, it's like you're wearing all the hats and you're juggling and you're just trying to get by and you're trying to put food on the table, plus you're trying to build your business. That's super challenging. But when you're in a position like myself now that I can speak from, is like, okay, cool. We've got support around the house. We've got someone that cleans for us. We've got someone that's that, when they're here, they cook us lunch. We have someone that picks the kids up and takes them to bush school. I have a marketing team. I have people that support us in, different aspects of my business. I'm about to put on some people in sales roles. We have, with our platform, we have a full sales team that can handle sales on our behalf, which is benefits of our business model. And so being here, it's like, it is easier. It is easier. So it's like a lot of people say your first million is your hardest. I'd agree with that because I was, it took me 10 years to get to that point. 10 years of beating my head against the wall, trying different things, but not giving up. And that's what I will say, and that's the essence of this podcast, is it's hard, but don't give up. Keep going. Keep digging deep. Keep finding different ways. Keep growing. Keep looking for skill sets that I need to apply and add in. Keep excavating yourself. Personally, I'm constantly working with, doing different types of courses and healings and modalities and things that can support me in becoming the best version of myself. Unwiring myself, pulling back the layers, healing my heart, connecting more to myself, cleansing my body, becoming the clearest version of myself. So crack the code, figure it out, do what you need to do. Know that it is hard. So don't wish for it to be easier, wish for you to be better, as the late, great Jim Rohn once shared. Don't wish for it to be easier, wish for you to be better and stronger and faster, and more effective and wiser, more open, more curious, more loving, and embrace the challenge. And know that if you get knocked down, it's not about how many times you get hit, it's about how many times you can get back up and keep playing the game, as I think Rocky shared that one. So keep going. And if not this, what? You're going to have to face it off somewhere. People think it's like the business or the thing they're doing that's something wrong with that. It's not that. Potentially, maybe there could be a better business model out there that's going to support you and it's going to help you thrive. If you want to find out what we're doing, reach out, send me a DM, contact me through my socials, because maybe there is an easy way or a better way or a faster way. But just know, and if you're tuning into this and you're part of our community, the grass isn't greener and you're going to have to face off this part of you somewhere. Stop looking for the quick fix. Stop looking for the easy. Stop looking for the easy road. Embrace the challenges that are given to you and know that each challenge that you face makes you stronger. I faced so many challenges over the year, and each time I get stronger. I learn, become a better leader. Every trigger is an opportunity for me to heal. So instead of running away from the challenges, which, I do that sometimes as well, embrace them head on and know that if a vision's coming through you and you can see it, then it's definitely a possibility for you. So keep going. And the invitation is there for you. If I take a moment now to talk about the Rich Man Retreat, which is coming up early March. And if you want to dive deeper on this, if you want to step up and play the game, if you want to learn from people that have walked the path before you, because there's definitely power in that. I know for me, I've always surrounded myself with mentors, people that can guide me. And I feel that's a real key to success. Not doing it alone. You don't have to do it alone. You can have the support of others. So if you resonate with what I'm saying, if you resonate with what I share, if you resonate with this podcast, and you'd like to create similar results in your life, or better, then I invite you to explore the Rich Man program. It's for men only. Sorry, women. And we'll dive deep and we'll unpack and we'll unleash the Rich Man and give you tools, give you resources, give you pathways, and help you step into that potential. Step into the man that you know you're destined to be. You know who you are. You're just not quite playing that game yet. As am I. There's always another level. Right now I feel like I'm holding myself back and I feel like there's something there that I need to step into. And I feel like the Rich Man, for me, is that gateway and that portal and that invitation to step up. And so for me, I'm leading men, because I know that I've walked a path that a lot of people want to walk, but there's an edge for me to step into. And so the Rich Man is the container to support that growth. And as I grow and take a step and a leap and a quantum jump into my next potential, you can come walk with me, be part of that. It's a 3-day retreat. It's a 4-month container. Be supported over that period. Shift into a new identity. Unpack the Rich Man and see what you're made of. The challenge is there. Reach out to me on socials, Instagram, Facebook. Send me a message. Say, hey Clint, curious about the Rich Man. Let's go. So business is hard, but you're harder. Make it happen. You got this. Big love. See you next week.
Sitting here watching the clock, I'm struggling, thinking of the bullshit that I've been juggling. Is there more to life than this? I'm thinking twice about the price I'm paying in this 9-to-5 life. The sweatshop.